There we go. Morning. Start the recording process. So we'll do the warm-up. I'm going to get you guys just to do your warm-up and then I'll talk you through each of the exercises. So we're going to start with the marching on the spot as per usual. Because you're all muted and nobody else can hear anybody else, you can play music in the background if you want to. You can chatter away, you can swear, you can do whatever you like. I can't hear you, nobody else can hear you. So just do whatever you want to do at home. Just try and stick along with me as much as you can. And like I say, I'll give variations and alternatives for some of the exercises. Certainly that I'm starting to struggle more to do now. But not just getting bigger, but energy levels are starting to drop a little bit as well, I think. So coming into a squat, so feet want to be hip distance apart. Bums hanging out behind you, so try and make sure that as you come down into your squat, you're sitting back into it. You don't want any knees coming forward over the toes. Okay, so sticking that bum right out, making sure your weight's evenly through your feet, preferably going towards your heels. Again, for pregnant ladies, you can take your knees slightly out to the side, so it's just a bit more comfortable for that bump to sit. And I'm already out of breath. Whew. Good. So then we're going to do some reverse lunges just to get those hips opened up. So opening out your hip flexors, stepping back, squeezing the glutes. Not bothered about going super low into that lunge at the minute. We're just getting everything nice and warm, getting the joints warmed up so that we're not risking any kind of injury. Good, go nice and wide with the feet. So we're going to go side lunges, loosening off the inner thighs. So we are going to do some Cossack squats, which are basically these, but going a little bit deeper into your squat. So I've got some of those today. Nice deep breaths as we do this warm up. And then we're going to just loosen off the hips a little bit more. So we're going to take legs out to the side. Okay, so just loosening off those hips, out and round. Yeah, I've got a click, click. And then swap sides. So loosening off those hips so that when we're doing our squats and we're doing our Cossack squats, and get down nice and low into them. Good, loosen off the upper body, so take those arms out to the side, try and make sure that you're not going to be smacking anybody else either side of you. Okay, so you don't want to be hitting another person or a door or a table or anything else. Take it out nice and wide. And then we're going to go out to the diagonal, so we get a nice stretch through those pectoral muscles, through the chest. Good. So you've got 3 rounds today. You've got a 30-second round, 45-second round, and a 1-minute round. So pace yourself accordingly. Your first round, so we're going to go take them around like you're in backstroke, like we're swimming. So your first round is going to be sort of getting used to the exercise and just figuring out what we're doing. Getting the body warmed up, getting the body used to it. Second round, put a bit more effort in. Third round should really be bringing us to our knees a little bit, okay? So bring the arms forward like we're doing front crawl. Everybody make sure that you've got water near you so we can be sipping that throughout the session. Good. Awesome. And then you guys just loosen off your lower back and your waist. And then I'll talk through the exercises that we're going to do this morning. Lifting that heel off the ground if you've got any problems with your knees. Good, okay. So your 8 exercises that we're going to do this morning, we're going to do one-handed burpees. So I'm going to do mine from a raised surface. I've got a coffee table here that I'm going to use to do a jump out, a jump in, and a stand. A jump out, a jump in, and a stand. You could do them from the floor if you've got more energy than I've got at the minute. So one hand down to the floor, you can jump out into that burpee, back in and stand, or you can step it out, okay? So if you want to do it from the floor still, you want to challenge yourself a bit more, you can do it from a raised position. You want to do it from a raised surface, you can still walk it out, walk it in, stand even from a raised position. If you're really struggling with the one-handed burpee, go two-handed burpees, okay? Just want you to be moving through, like working through the range of motion. Then we're going to do surrenders. I'm not going to do surrenders. And probably Frankie and Sophie are going to do surrenders. But surrenders are, we're going to have your hands to your temples, come down to a kneel on the floor, come up to a squat, down to a kneel on the floor, up to a squat. I'm going to do a reverse squat. So, reverse tap. So we're just going to do taps, reverse. So if you don't want to do the surrenders, if you've got knee problems or hip problems or joint issues, and you don't want to do the down onto your knees, up onto your feet, just do a squat position, reverse tap, right? Third exercise is going to be forward to reverse lunges. So one leg for half the time, then we're going to swap over forward to reverse lunges onto the opposite leg. Walking press ups, so you're going to start one side, you're going to press, walk the hands over, press, walk the hands back, press, walk the hands over. Russian twists, again, I'm not doing Russian twists, I'm going to do something else. So you guys are going to do Russian twists where you're going to lean back, go side to side. Okay, for all my pregnant ladies, we're going to do hand to knees. Okay, so making sure that you're pushing your back down into the ground and that you're really engaging through the core. And squat pulses is your sixth exercise. So exactly what it says on the tin, come into your squat position, bottom half of a squat. It's not a bounce, okay? So it wants to be a pulse. Then we've got your Cossack squats, which are coming down, nice and low, side to side. And your last one's gonna be either a stationary plank, so just holding this position, or a plank commando, where you're coming up and down using the shortened plank into an extended plank. Okay, so each of those we're going to do 30 seconds. There's a strong chance I might die by the end of it. So we're starting with single-handed burpees. I want to get straight into it nice and quick. Okay, so 30 seconds per exercise on each one of those. I will shout out what we're doing before each exercise comes. You've got 10 seconds after your 30 seconds to get into your next exercise, so into your next position, okay? So starting with your single-handed burpees. Ready, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, away we go. So burpee out, and either jump it at the end, or stand it, or walk it out and walk it in. You guys are doing whatever variation or version of this suits you and your energy levels, your fitness levels and your experience levels. Okay, so walk it out and walk it in, or jump it out and jump it in. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So next one's your surrenders, where you're kneeling down onto the floor. I'm going to do reverse lunge, reverse taps from a squat position, okay? So down into your squat position, either reverse tap or down onto your knees and up onto your feet. If you're doing surrenders, I don't want you coming up out of your squat position, okay? So when you come up onto your feet, you don't come any higher than your squat position, okay? So making sure that you're getting those quads, those thighs are on fire, burning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We've got forward to reverse lunges next. So we're going to do 15 seconds on one side, 15 seconds on the other. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to lunge forward, lunge reverse. Again, if you've got any issues with hips or knees, and it's easier one way than the other, if you really struggle with a forward lunge, just stick to a reverse lunge. Good, swap legs. So we're going on to the other side. You've got your press ups coming up next after these ones. So getting yourself down on the floor. 3, 2, 1. Good. So I've got a towel to put my knees on. So I've got a wooden floor here. So you're going to do your press up, walk it over to one side, press up, walk over to the other. Ready? There we go. So press, walk those hands over. Press, walk them back. Press up, walk the hands over. Press up and walk them back. Good. Well done, guys. Try to make sure that you're keeping that bum down. Don't want any bums up in the air. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, staying on the floor, so over onto your bum for your Russian twists. I'm going to lay on my back and do my knee taps. Okay, so I'm going to go really pushing my back down into the ground, bringing my knee to my hand, trying to engage through those lower stomach muscles. You guys are going to be doing your Russian twist, so leaning back from a sitting position. Okay, so if you're doing your Russian twists, you're sitting back, you're twisting side to side, really engaging through those obliques down the sides of your waist. Awesome. Back up onto your feet, we're going to do squat pulses. So I'm going to go slightly wide with my feet, accommodating for my bump even. And we're just doing lower half of your squats, okay? So no bouncing, okay? It wants to be a very deliberate move. Low half of your squat. You're not coming all the way up. We're not straightening those legs. These 30 seconds should feel okay. I'm telling you, by the time we do this for a minute, those thighs are going to be on fire. Got 2 more exercises and then we get a rest. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Good. Your next exercise is your Cossack squat. So we're going wide with those feet. You're going to release your toe off the floor. So we're going heel onto your heel, either side as we go down. Okay, away we go. So leaning over, side to side. And again, try to get a bit of speed on this one. We've got no weight, it's only body weight. So it doesn't need to be particularly slow and controlled. Just making sure that we're transferring that weight fully from left to right and back again, just releasing the toes off the floor so that we're just using the heels to pivot through. 3, 2, 1. Plank commandos or plank builders for your next ones. I'm just going to, well, no, I will try and do a plank commando, but I might end up just holding a static plank, okay? Feet are hip distance apart. We're dropping down onto the elbows, up onto the hands. Down onto the elbows. Nope, I'm holding a plank. That's too hard for me right now. You guys keep going. Down onto your elbows, up onto your hands. Try not to let your bum stick up in the air. Nice deep breaths. And rest. Good. We've got a minute's rest. And then we'll do all 8 of those exercises again, but for 45 seconds. So have a sip of your water. Try not to glug, glug, glug it. Don't want you being sick. Okay. So again, hopefully the variations of those exercises suit people. You pick what feels most challenging for you as far as your intermediate, advanced, or sort of not beginner, but your easier version, lower impact version, shall I say. If anybody's got any blood pressure issues, try and just make sure that you're breathing through your plank. If you start to feel lightheaded or anything like that, then come down out of it. Maybe don't hold it for the length of time that we're holding it for. So if you've been diagnosed with high blood pressure and you're not on medication, then you want to be just holding your plank for 5 seconds, then releasing, then go back into it, holding it for 5 seconds, then releasing, okay? So next round, we're going for 45 seconds. We're starting with that one-handed burpee or two-handed burpee, whatever feels most comfortable for you, okay? So we're going to go again. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you can jump out and jump in, or you can step out and step in. Whatever feels most comfortable. And you can work from a raised platform, or you can work from the floor, or something in between. So we've got an extra 15 seconds per exercise this time round, okay? So make sure you're pacing yourself. If you found anything particularly challenging last time round, pace yourself a little bit this time round. If you found anything particularly easy, just take it up a notch. Either speed it up a little bit, or go for a harder variation of that particular exercise. 5, 4, 3, 2, good. Rest there 10 seconds. We're going into your surrenders. So down onto the floor, up into your squat, or reverse squat taps, okay? So I'm going for my reverse squat taps. I'm just going to take my feet behind me. There's going to be a little bit of transition of my weight, but trying to keep it as central as I can as I tap my feet directly behind me. You other guys who are doing surrenders are going to come down onto the floor into your squat position, okay? So trying to make sure that you don't come all the way up out of your squat with either of these exercises. 20 seconds left. Staying down nice and low. Again, for my ladies who are pregnant, maybe just taking your feet that bit wider if it feels more comfortable on your bump. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. Forward to reverse lunges. So we're going to do 22 seconds one side, transition over 22 seconds the other. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Forward. And if you need to balance yourself in the middle, you can do, but if you can drive that foot from the front all the way to the back, it's going to keep your core switched on a little bit more. It's going to challenge your balance a little bit more. Again, if you struggle with forward lunges, stick to reverse. If you struggle with lunges altogether, either do them side to side, swap legs, side to side, or go for a traditional squat. As long as you're moving your body, I'm not really bothered. 10 seconds left on this. And then we've got your walking press ups. 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. Onto the floor. Ready for your press ups. 3, 2, 1. So we're going to press, walk the hands over, press, walk the hands back. Keeping the bum nice and low, making sure we're not doing cheetah press ups. I'm not bothered whether you do them from your knees or from your feet. So half press ups or full press ups, I'm not bothered. Just as long as you've not got that bum up in the air. Halfway. Oh, a minute on these is going to be a killer. Got 15 seconds left. 10 seconds. Then we're over onto our bums for our Russian twists after this. 3, 2, 1. Good. Over onto your bum. So you're either going to be from a seated position, lean back, twisting side to side. I'm going to be down on the floor, hands are in the air, pushing my spine down into the ground, squeezing my belly button tight into the floor, and really controlling through those lower abdominal muscles. Everybody else, I want to see Russian twists. For Russian twists, I generally prefer people to have feet on the floor, just because you've not got as much movement through the hips and you can really engage the abdominal muscles a bit more. But you do whatever feels most comfortable. I know a lot of people are taught Russian twists with feet off the floor. I just feel like you end up getting a lot of twists and swizzles through the hips when you do that. Nice even breathing all the way through. Good, back up onto your feet, squat pulses. Okay, 45 seconds of these. Let's see whose legs start to burn. Okay, I'm going a bit wider for my squat pulses, just because it feels more comfortable. Ideally, you want to be about hip distance apart with the feet, and you just want to be pulsing bottom half. Again, we're not bouncing. Okay, it's a very deliberate lower half squat move. That way we can really engage the muscles in the quads, in the thighs, and we can really engage the muscles in the buttocks, okay? So we really want that bum to be engaged as well as the thighs, and you don't really get that when you're bouncing so much. You want that nice controlled movement where you get that burn, that lactic buildup of, or that buildup of lactic acid in the thighs. 3, 2, 1. Good. Cossack squats are your next ones. So you're coming over, lifting the toes off the floor, nice and low, as quick as you can, transferring that weight. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Coming side to side, lifting the toes off the ground as you transfer your weight. So this is why at the beginning when we're doing your hip stretches and your inner thigh stretches. So again, just to remind you all, when you're doing your stretches before you do your exercises, You want to be dynamic. You want to be moving the muscles that you're going to be working. Okay? So that when we come to work those muscles, they go, oh yeah, I've done this bit before. I know what I'm doing. Good, 10 seconds left. And then we've got one more exercise, which is your plank builders or your plank commandos. 3, 2, 1. Good. Down on the floor for your last one before another rest. Okay, again, I'm going to do shortened planks. I'm going to do them from my hands, but I'm only going to do them for 10 seconds at a time. Away we go. I want you guys to either hold your static plank for as long as you can, or you're doing your commandos where you're down onto your elbows, up onto your hands. Okay, so I'm going to hold mine for 10, then take a little rest. Good, well done guys. Doing really well. Make sure those hands stay directly underneath your shoulders. Good. 10 seconds left. Last 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Rest there. We've got a minute's rest before we do the last round. Just give me 1 minute per exercise and then we're done. Okay, so grab yourselves a quick drink, sip it, don't gulp it. I'm like a broken record, but I'd rather say it too much than not enough. Okay, so quick sip of your drink. Hey, what a great idea this towel was. Actually get rid of some of my sweat today. Woo. So last round's going to be those 8 exercises again. And again, like I say, you've now got a good idea of what to expect from them, how your body responds to them, how they feel. Respiratory-wise, muscles are starting to fatigue a little bit, but we're going to try and push it as much as we can with this last round. 1 minute per exercise. Okay, so if you haven't been doing the harder variation and you feel like you've still got more in the tank, I want to see you doing the harder variation. If you have and you feel like you're starting to fatigue, just push yourself as much as you can. Okay, this is your last round. This is all you've got left today, okay? So 1 minute per exercise, 8 exercises, and then we'll cool down and stretch out. So starting again with our single-handed burpee or double-handed burpee, whatever you've been doing, whatever feels comfortable. Ready, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Away we go. So you can either jump it, you can step it, you can do it from a raised surface, you can do it from the floor. Just pick whatever feels like the right level for you to be able to work your hardest. Keep breathing all the way through, making sure that you're not holding your breath. We're halfway, we've got 30 seconds of these left. Well, that is it, and then we're done for today. Okay. Good, last 15 seconds. Last 10. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest there. Next exercise is going to be your surrenders or your reverse taps. So you're either kneeling and getting up into a squat position, or your reverse tapping behind you. Okay, so hands come to your temples and you reverse tap, or you kneel down on the ground into a squat stand position or into a squat position with your feet on the floor. Good. Well done, guys. The ones that I can see, I can't see everybody, but everybody that I can see is working nice and hard. Excellent work. Staying down nice and low in that squat. We're halfway. We've got 30 seconds left of this. Does that help? Does it help to know that we're only halfway through? I don't know. Gives you a bit of an indication at least of where we are. Good. We've got 20 seconds left. Excellent work, guys. You're doing really well. We're nearly there. 10 seconds left. And then we've got your forward to reverse lunges coming up next. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Good. So forward to reverse lunges. We're going to do 30 seconds on one leg, swapping over 30 seconds on the other. Ready, 3, 2, 1. So if you can transfer that weight all the way back without stopping in the middle, that's brilliant. If you have to put your foot down in the middle, that's absolutely fine too. If you just concentrate on doing your lunges in one direction, that's brilliant. Just do whatever feels comfortable for you. That standing leg, should be starting to feel it by now. We're going to swap legs in 4, 3, 2, swap sides. So again, forward to reverse lunge. It's the standing leg that should be feeling the most work. So that one that's not really moving very far. And again, just temper how low you go. If you can get that knee down to the ground, that's brilliant. Just try and make sure that you're not coming forward over your toes. We've got the last 3, 2, good. We're down on the ground for your walking press ups. One minute of these. Ready? 3, 2, 1. So press, walk the hands over. And again, you can do your press ups from a raised surface. If doing them flat from the floor is too much for you, if you're not quite there yet, you can do them from your stairs, you can do them from a wall, you can do them from a coffee table or a sofa. It doesn't have to be the floor, and you can do them from your knees or your feet, okay? Halfway, 30 seconds to go. Anybody else feel like they're dying yet? Got a bit of that going on, but it's the last time we've got to do them. Okay, so we've got 20 seconds to go. We will all be able to do press-ups by the end of this lock-in, or lockdown, lock-in. It's like I'm in a pub. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, good. Onto your bums for your Russian twists. So again, like I say, I like to keep my feet flat on the floor and lean back so you get less swiveling through the hips. But you just do what feels most comfortable for you, what you're used to, what you've been taught. It's still all working the abdominal muscles. It just gives you that bit more control over being able to engage those obliques that run down the outside of your waist. Okay, so again, I'm just keeping with the knee to hand, pushing my spine down into the ground, squeezing my belly button as tightly as I can. At this point, I'm not even entirely sure where my belly button is. Trying to engage through my core, but really pressing my spine down into the ground to really reduce that pelvic tilt and that pressure through my lower back. I've got 10 seconds to go with these guys, and then it's your squat pulses. Good. That's it, above the floor. So squat pulses for a minute. These should be, she says, a bit of a killer, okay? So I'm going slightly wider with my legs. I'm going to come down as low as I can into my squat, and then just up halfway. Okay, so sticking that bum right out, keeping your back straight. So I don't want any squats like this, okay? It needs to be back straight, bum down. Chest out, so think about keeping your chest and head up. Try not to kind of lean forward into it. I want to be able to see everybody's faces, to make sure you're presenting your face forwards, and it's a nice, controlled squat pulse, not a bounce. Do we want to know how long we've got left? Is anybody else's thighs on fire right now? We've got 20 seconds to go, guys. And then we don't have to do these exercises again today. We're done. We've got 2 more exercises after this. 10 seconds to go. Oh, my thighs are on fire. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, good. Cossack squats. Okay, so nice and wide with those feet. Lifting the toes off the ground, transferring your weight wholly from left to right. Okay, so again, as fast as you can while still going low down to the ground. So keeping your bum sticking out behind you, keeping that chest up, so trying not to let your chest drop down in front of you. I want to see your face, okay? So we're sticking that bum out and transferring the weight side to side. E, no shoes on a hardwood floor. This wasn't my best idea. It's a bit sore on my heels. Keep it going. We've got 20 seconds left, guys. Good, last 15. 10. And then we've got your plank or your plank commando to finish. And that's it, we're done. And we'll stretch out. 3, 2, 1. Good. Down onto the floor. I'm just going to do a 10-second plank hold. Rest, 10-second plank hold. You guys are doing your plank commandos, your plank builders. Away we go. 1 minute, last minute of work. Remember to breathe all the way through. I'm just going to rest every 10 seconds. Take the pressure off my lower back. Take a few deep breaths. You guys carry on with your plank commandos, looking nice and strong. Surrenders and plank commandos in this session today. It's all a bit army, isn't it? You've got 30 seconds left. Good. Keep it going, guys. We're almost there. This is your last exercise. I thought I'd be kind and give you this one right at the end. Last 15 to go. Keep breathing. 10 seconds left. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're done. Awesome work, guys. Well done. Okay, grab yourselves a quick drink, little sips, and then we'll stretch out, and then I'll let you guys go. Enjoy the rest of your day. Okay. So if you want to do your stretch on your own, you can do. If you want to do your stretches before you get in the shower, we've got a nice warm steamy bathroom, you can do, or stick with me and we'll do them now, okay? So I'm going to stretch the arms up. We're going to extend back slightly, so we're extending through those abdominal muscles, opening out through the stomach, and then leaning forwards nice and slowly. Keep those legs as straight as you can. We're making a number 7, okay? Take a few deep breaths while we're here. And then all the way down to the ground. Let your arms hang like heavy weights. If at this point you need to bend your knees slightly, you can do. If you've got quite tight hamstrings and this feels quite uncomfortable in the back of your legs, you can just bend your knees a little bit. Let your head relax. Let your arms relax. Just feel that stretch through your lower back. And then slowly curl up your spine. Good. Nice deep breaths. Take the arms around behind you. We're going to stretch your chest out. So and hold your wrist and pull your shoulder blades together, or you can place your hands on your upper bum and squeeze your elbows in. Either way, just get a nice stretch through the front of the chest. Keep your head up. And again, nice deep breaths. Let that heart rate come back down nice and gently. I hope I'm not the only one who feels like I'm melting. Can't work out whether it's just pregnancy sweat or whether it's a workout. Whew. Right, we're going to drop the chin into the chest, bring the hands around in front of you. You're going to press your shoulder blades apart so we're really stretching through that upper back. So nice rounded shoulders. And again, breathe nice and deeply. We're holding each of these stretches for about 10 seconds, 10 to 15. Good, relax from there. Bring one arm over. I'm going to stretch your shoulders out. So again, trying not to tense up, so we don't want the shoulder and the chin to connect. Got a nice gap between the chin and the shoulder, and we're just stretching through the reverse of the shoulder, the deltoid, the rear delt there. A nice stretch to the back of the arm. Good, swap sides again, trying to make sure that you're not putting any pressure through the joints. So try not to grab a hold of the elbow or the wrist. It wants to be sort of mid-joint, or mid-length of your arm. Feel that stretch. Brilliant. And then we'll just loosen off the lower back and the waist. And again, lifting the heels off the ground gently. So if you've got any issues with your knees, we're not twisting through the joints. If you haven't got any problems with your knees, try and keep your feet flat on the floor and just really twist through the waist. So you're getting a nice twist through the hips, through the, lower back and through the abdominal muscles in the core. Real. Awesome. Well done, guys. Let me just stop our recording.